Magnus, slow them down a bit. It's early. We're not live for another 3 minutes. Like my studio, it's nice, huh?
You know, that's so professional.
Yeah, it's a bit different to don't be watching it with me talking, get out of here. Good afternoon everyone and welcome to the very first British and Irish Handball League here live at the Power Dome in Trafford, Manchester. And you've joined us for our first semi-final, and it's an all-Irish affair between Dublin International and Dublin City Handball. Our second semi-final coming to you at about 7:15 British time is an all-English affair between Warrington Wolves and London GD. So no matter what happens today, we will have an Irish versus English final. So these two teams, Dublin City Handball and Dublin International, not only are they rivals in Ireland, but of course local rivals, and they know each other very, very well, it has to be said. 2017 league champions Dublin City Handball against the defending and 7-time champions Dublin International. They faced off in the two finals that the Irish League and Cup had this season. And there's Dublin City Handball who won the Cup final by a single goal back in March 23-22, while Dublin International got a bit of revenge a month later, winning the league final 28-26. So these two teams know each other inside out, but it's a brand new occasion for them, a brand new competition. The British and Irish League, as I said, it's the very first edition of it. And it's great to have you here joining us for our coverage on the BBC Sport website. And it looks like we're just about ready to throw off here. And as you can see, it's the team with the ball attacking from right to left will be Dublin International in the all-black kit, and defending in the neon yellow with navy shorts, Dublin City Handball. Both these teams originally were university teams. We had the Institute of Technology in Dublin, that is now Dublin International. A bunch of former students decided to set up their own club, and the exact same thing happened with DCH. That used to be Dublin City University, now Dublin City Handball. Dublin International are a traditional powerhouse in Ireland. They're one of the few Irish teams to make regular appearances in European competition. They've been in Europe 4 times over the years, but not for the last few years. They've been focusing on domestic competition, developing some youth teams, and also developing a women's side as well. They are just about ready to jump back into international handball, and this British and Irish League is the first step on that journey for them. They are, of course, league champions, winning their crown back off Dublin City Handball last month. And it is they who will get us started. The referees look happy. You can hear the countdown there in 1 second. We are about to go. And it is Dublin International will get us going in the black. The traditional handshakes, passing over the ball, getting a feel for it in these opening seconds before we get the action really underway. And as we can notice, we have Dublin City with a very aggressive defense early on, playing a 5-1, and it's worked immediately with an interception, a fast break opportunity down the left-hand side, and it's off the post, no goal. Unfortunate there for Dublin City Handball. But they're not the biggest team. They're quite small in comparison to Dublin International, so they'll try to play an aggressive defense to stop these powerful players, many of whom based originally in Eastern Europe, who moved to Ireland. There's a lot of handball pedigree between them. And as you can see in their own little fast break there, which ended up with no goal, that they're also pretty fast. They're no slouches. This Dublin International team, they're a bit older overall. Big guys, but they're very powerful, and once they get going, very difficult to stop. Dublin City with their first set attack of the game. Really going a bit too close to the Dublin International defense there and almost lost the ball. They lost it temporarily, but still in the hands. Dublin City played that to the centre. Shot comes in, and it's a nice save. Good stop there by the Dublin International goalkeeper, Javier de Nascimento. His first stop of the game. That's Mark Zaguera on the ball now. He switches it with his wing player, who takes a shot from long range, but straight into the Dublin International block. And that could be an issue today for this smaller side. And as the ball into the line there, that's an equally good stop by Pierre Laralde. Very interesting story there with the goalkeeper from Dublin City, Pierre Laralde. His brother, Paul Laralde, is playing for London GD, also a goalkeeper. So we have 2 goalkeepers, 2 brothers playing in this competition. They could face each other tomorrow, depending on how results go today. The ball into the centre, shot comes in, and another save by Javier. So the goalkeeper's really dominating here early doors. 2 minutes 20 seconds played in this first half, and still not a single goal. They're making the opportunities, they're opening up the defenses, but the goalkeeper's more than equal to it early on here. Ball into the centre for Thomas Martinonis. He plays it out to the right as well. Shot comes in, and that is an attacking foul called by our English referees today. It's Gianni Goretti who's playing in the right back position. He's a right-hander, so it's not a typical position for a right-hander to play out the right-hand side, but the Dublin International team are all right-handed today. None of the players in their 12-man squad are left-handers, so they'll have to shift the players around and try to make the best of what they have. The shot comes in from the right wing there and wide to the left. So perhaps a bit of nerves for these 2 teams who know each other very, very well. Big game for both sides. We want to be the team representing Ireland in this British and Irish Cup final. And I think it's a fascinating semi-final pairing, having the teams from the same country face each other. You may think that it's not quite as exciting, but it's really a brand new dimension, and these sides have to face each other as we see the first penalty of the game given after a foul. And Goran Shechel. Good play there by Dublin International, setting up the opportunity. And it's Dragos Busuk will step up to the penalty line, try and score the first goal of the game for Dublin International. He fakes it once and he takes a shot and he fires it into the top left-hand corner. After almost 4 minutes of play, we get our first goal of the game. Dublin City Handball now looking for a response, but they throw the ball straight away, and it's Thomas Martinonis who's on the fast break. Martinonis, he's fouled on the way through. That's going to be a penalty and just the yellow card. Could have been a 2-minute suspension as well. But at this early stage, they get away with it. Just a penalty. Good defending and good fast breaking as well by Dublin International. And it's Dragos Busuk will step up to the penalty line again. 1 from 1 so far. He faces Andrew Maher again. What will he do this time? He fakes it once again. He goes for the left-hand side again. Good power on that penalty. And it's 2-0 for Dublin International. Very fast-paced start for both of these teams. But it's DI, Dublin International, who've had the slightly better start, earned themselves 2 penalties and scored 2 goals from it. Ball out to the left-hand side. Mark Zagora, he tries to break free and he's held up. Zagora again plays it off to his right back. Shot comes in from long range and it's easily stopped by Javier de Nascimento, the Argentinian, who also likes to play on the court as a line player in Ireland, but his primary position is in goal, and he's shown us already today he's very, very capable as a goalkeeper. Ball into the centre there, almost stolen. Shot comes in, and that's the first goal of the game for Dublin City Handball. And it's Juan Paredes. Paredes with his first and Dublin City's first of the game. They're off the mark after just over 5 minutes of play. That'll settle the nerves a bit for last year's Irish champions, this year's defending cup champions. Ian plays them into Goretti, but it's over the top. Thomas Martinonis, he claims it again, plays it out to the left-hand side. Busuk being aggressively defended against. Martinonis plays it out to the left wing. Shot comes in, and that's the first goal from open play for Dublin International. Their third of the game, and it's 3-1. Nice work there, particularly from Thomas Martinonis, who managed to get the ball moving. There was a bit of a sticky situation for the left back, but he came around, helped him out, claimed the ball, and he kept it moving. Very experienced player, Thomas Martinonis. You can see him in the centre of defence there, but he's beaten that time. And now Dublin City Handball are really motoring now. Juan Paredes with his second goal in quick succession cuts the gap down to 1 again. Still sticking with this very aggressive defence, the 5-1 defence at Dublin City Handball, looking for the steal, looking to stop this Dublin International side getting way too close. Because once they get over that 9-metre line, it's very difficult to stop them. Very big, powerful players. Martinonis plays it into the line. Looked like it came off the foot, and the referees agree. It's a Dublin City ball. There's space on the left-hand side, but they decide to go slowly. Now they pick up the pace. Paredes out to the right-hand side. There's space in the wing for the shot. The shot comes in. It's saved. And well claimed by the Dublin International defence. Nascimento having a stormer so far. And his coach, Nicola Fredin, former goalkeeper himself, will be delighted with that. And we see Thomas Martinonis bursting through there. He's got the headband on there. A bit of a Mikkel Hansen, but he's not one to usually wear it. He actually had a bit of a heavy collision in training a couple of weeks ago, ended up getting 7 stitches on his forehead, hence the headband, but it hasn't stopped him so far today. He's been the outstanding player in the backcourt so far for Dublin International. Ball out to the right-hand side. There's space for the wing there, but they need to be a bit calmer, Dublin City. Even on the wing. Ball out to the left-hand side, and it's 3 out of 3 for Juan Paredes. He's really keeping this Dublin City side in the game here early on. Ian Goretti. Goretti looks inside. He's got space to shoot. He tries to drop it over the keeper, and he does drop it over the head of Pierre Laralde. That is the danger for Dublin City with this kind of defense, this 5-1 defense. It can be opened up with a nice bit of pace, and Goretti saw that space, just took his 3 steps, danced into the middle. As you see, the shot comes in. And that's the first goal of the game for Carlos Segarra. Segarra's first of the game, and it's good for Dublin City to spread out these scores a bit. Everything was coming through Paredes early on as they persevere with the 5-1 defense, almost turning into a 4-2 defense, as we see a nice save there. Laralde. Dublin City take it away. Paredes out to the left-hand side. Shot comes in, but he runs into the defender. Referees gave him the benefit of the doubt. Looked a bit harsh on the defender there. It's Thomas Behan who gets the yellow for that. He stood his ground well, I thought. The referees disagreed, gave the penalty, and that's put away. We're all square now. Intercepted now. Dublin City have 4 men looking for it. Does he go alone? He does go alone. That is unbelievable. He had 3 men beside him that passed to. Thomas Martin on us down the other end. He makes no mistake. Spins past the defender, puts it away. But that was a huge let-off for Dublin International. All he had to do was look up. 3 men on his left-hand side to play it to. It looks like the ball went over the sideline there. That lackadaisical attacking by Dublin City. Not playing very calmly. That pass wasn't a great one, but it ends up finding the man, and it just stays out off the post. Doesn't quite go over the line. A let-off there for Dublin City. They need to calm things down a bit. Rushing their handball at the moment, and when they play settled, we've seen them able to break through this big Dublin International defense. They've done it well so far. And that'll be perhaps a 2-minute, it is indeed a 2-minute suspension. Thomas Martin noticed. Made contact with the attacker's face there. It was Victor Pasquale who spun through, and he did drop down a bit, so a bit harsh on Martin Onis, but the referees had no choice there. Now, 1-man advantage for Dublin City, and they make full use of that straight away. No messing around, and it's Carlos Segarra. Cuts the deficit. And what can Dublin International do? They're 1 player down. They're keeping the goalkeeper in, so they're playing 5 against 6 in attack. Gianni, oh, he puts it away. Nice handball by Gianni Goretti. He's done well in that right back position for a right-hander. 2 goals in quick succession for him. Particularly seeing as they're a man down. They've reacted very, very well. Ball out to the left-hand side of the space there for the shot. Shot comes in, he goes for the near post, and that was a wasted opportunity. And again, good save by Javier Nascimento. Having an absolute stormer, as I said already. Early doors here for Dublin International. And he's been the difference so far in this game. Pierre Laralde not quite making the same stops as his opposite number. Dublin International finding these gaps just a bit too easily in attack. That was a forced pass into the line there where there was no chance at all. Good counter-attacking down the other end by Dublin City handball, and that's put away. Mark Sagwari had a bit of a rough start, but he's settled into the game there, and that's one of the big benefits as well of playing such an aggressive defense. That you've already got a head start on your opposite numbers. Oh, the shot comes in, a long-range shot by Lion player Goran Sešel. Bit of rush of blood to the head there, and the shot comes in. That's blocked down as a man goes down. Fast break opportunity for Martinonis. He gets his hands on the ball. He drops it over the keeper's head. Excellent composure by Thomas Martinonis. And he gives Dublin International a 2-goal lead. As we approach the halfway mark in this first half, for those of you who are enjoying handball for the first time, I don't know it too well. It's 2 by 30 minutes. A 60-minute match overall. As you can see, an attacker foul there. It came in with the shoulder, and if the defender has got the space covered, the attacker comes flying in with the shoulder like that, the referees have to call an attacker foul. It looked like the referees were going to give the ball to Dublin City there for taking too many steps, but then realised what had happened.
2 minutes.
And it's a 2-minute suspension. I think it's for Victor Pasquale, number 17, and it is indeed. Similar to Thomas Martinonis just a couple of minutes ago, his hand was too high, made contact with the face. The referees have still given the ball back to Dublin City Handball for a travelling violation, so it took too many steps. But a 2-minute suspension for Dublin City Handball. Will now attack with just 5 men. Dublin International did a good job of it a couple of minutes ago. Let's see what they've got up their sleeve. They threaten to bring the line, or the wing in as a line. They do indeed eventually. So the right wing is now in on the line. The ball finds him eventually, and he puts it away. That's good handball by Dublin City. So important to come up. Martinonis plays out to the left wing and eventually finds his way back. 1 against 1 there, and that's an attacking foul called against Goran Sešel. It's a bit too slow and a bit too obvious there in the attack. The defender knew what he wanted to do, and he just put his body where it needed to be. And Sešel runs straight into him and gives the ball back to Dublin City. We're just a goal down, but a man down as well, in the middle of a 2-minute suspension. Ball into the line is stolen, nicely stolen by Gianni Goretti. Plays the ball out to the left wing. 1 against the keeper, and he finds the near post, Thomas Behan. Good counter-attacking there. It looked like Gianni Goretti and Dublin International was slowing things down, but Thomas Behan was having none of it. He came flying down the left wing. And it's a 2-goal lead once again. To 16.5 minutes of this opening semi-final of the British and Irish League. An all-Irish clash, an all-Dublin clash, a Dublin derby between Dublin International, who are up by 2 goals at this stage, and it's still 2 goals after that save. A bit of a scramble between the two teams, and it's Gianni Goretti who gets his hands on it before he's fouled. Good spot by the referee, and Goretti's having a great game so far. Bit of contact on his leg there, and he seems to be okay. In fact, he just said, "Over in my direction, I'm fine." As you can see in the right wing for Dublin International, Thomas Grassel has come on. Very experienced player for Dublin International. He's been around for years. He featured in many of their European campaigns. At the beginning of this decade, between 2009 and 2012, Dublin International were very active on the European scene. Also picked up a victory as well over an English team in Europe. But they haven't been involved so much of late. Thomas Martinonis breaks free. He tries to find a way past the keeper. A nice easy stop, and down the other end, Dublin City come flying down the other end. The shot is saved, and the rebound not taken by Thomas Grassel. So it remains in the hands of Dublin City. Nicolas Fredin not looking too happy with Grassel there for not claiming that rebound, but a good stop by De Nascimento as Dublin City slow things down in attack. Ball out to the left side, was on there, but he went for the shot instead. I called it in advance, expecting the pass to go out to the left-hand side. It was a 3-on-2 overlap there, but the pass didn't come. It was blocked and a corner throw to Dublin City. Ball out to the wing, recycled. Much better attack from Dublin City, and it finds its way out to the left wing, and that's nicely put away. Good handball by Dublin City. More calm and composed. And it's Matthias Kramer who puts it away at the end. So we can really see what Dublin City are made of there. Calm, composed attacking. They move the ball so quickly as well. Shot comes in, that's saved. And a chance out for Dublin City on the counter-attack. They've got men on either side of the court. They move it out to the left-hand side. They'll have to cut back in again. There's nobody helping. They start to set it up again, and you can see there's a distinct difference in height between the two teams, but it hasn't told too much, or it hasn't made much of a difference for Dublin City. They're finding their way through. The shot comes in there, saved, and no foul called by the referees in the end. Called for inside possession by Dublin City. Picked up the ball inside that 6-meter area, and it's international. They come away with it. Shesho goes into the line. Martin Onis now on the ball. He plays it off before going into the line as well. 2 line players and too many steps taken there. Good defending by Dublin City. Come away with it again. They're starting to play a lot better now, Dublin City. Ball out to the right wing, and it's saved by Nascimento. That's a big, big save. Down, they've lost it, and it ends up being a goal for Dublin City. I looked down for a moment, and the ball somehow ended up in the hands of a Dublin City player, and that particular mistake has caused a Dublin International timeout to be taken. They were 9-7 up just a couple of minutes ago, but they've lost their lead now. And our opening semi-final is giving us plenty to talk about. 9 goals apiece. And we're just under the 20-minute mark here, so 10 minutes left in this first half. And while Dublin International look like they have more weapons in both attack and defense, they've got a fantastic keeper behind them as well, in Javier De Nascimento. Cannot do it alone, and despite his fantastic saves, the attack just hasn't been working out like it had in the first 10-15 minutes for Dublin International. They're coming up against a very aggressive Dublin City defense, which is really giving them no space to breathe. And the likes of Thomas Martinonis in the centre, he can deal with any situation. Where you've got Gianni Goretti and in particular Dragos Gusuark and Almarek Rugerol, the 2 left backs. They need a bit of space to run into on the ball and to take those long-range shots. They're just not being given that space at all so far. And that caused the last turnover as well, as Thomas Martinonis went in as a second-line player and left Rugerol all alone. I'm sure some calm words would have been said by Coach Fredin, and of course by Thomas Martinonis, as Dublin International tried to regain a bit of composure and regain the lead here. And it's Grassel out in the right wing. Goretti still at right back, having a good game so far. But the big test for them is to see what they can do off the ball there. That's a nice long-range shot in by Gianni Goretti. And it's a 10-9 lead now. The Dublin International, that's exactly what Coach Fredin would have wanted. Maybe not exactly the way he would have wanted it, but the reaction very good against this very aggressive Dublin City defence. Switch with the right back on the left-hand side, 1 against 1. You can see the movement there, but the pass isn't great. Still stays in the Dublin City hands. Shot comes in, and that's a foul, and somehow a penalty. Not sure if that was inside defending or not, but the referees had a better view than I. And a 2-minute suspension as well for Christian Pedersen.
2-minute suspension for national number 2, Christian Pedersen.
They're not the heaviest of challenges, but rode the challenge well, I guess is the description you would give to that piece of play by Zagier. Zagier is up, he's fine. And now the penalty. Bring us back level again. It's faked once and put into the bottom left-hand corner. Nicely put away by Juan Paredes. Paredes very active in the opening 10 minutes or so. Went a bit quiet there afterwards, but he's back on the scoreboard from the 7-meter line. And it's 10-0 after almost 21 minutes of play. And the long-range shot comes in there from the line player turned centre-back, Goran Seychelles. Ball out to the right wings, plenty of space there for the shot. Dropped over the head of the keeper and wide to the left. A let off there for Dublin International, who fell asleep there a bit in defence. And Javier de Nascimento was happy to see that one roll past the left post and wide. A bit of a change now on the right wing for Dublin International, with Benjamin Badel on the right wing now. You're going to have to do a lot of rotating out of the right wing. There's no settled left-handed right winger on this Dublin International team. They're trying to make the best of what they have. As we see a foul on Thomas Martinonis just as he lost the ball. Goretti. Martinonis is being man-marked now. Goretti again. You need to go 1 against 1. Try and open up some space for the line or for the left back. Of course, they are a man down at the moment after that 2-minute suspension for Pedersen. Shot comes in and somehow finds its way into the back of the net. Thomas Martinonis again. Bit of a one-man show and attack for Dublin International. And it's a 2-goal lead once again. A timeout by Nicolas Fredin has worked perfectly for Dublin International. Ball out to the left wing, a space there for the shot, goes for the near post, and it's kept out somehow by Javier de Nascimento. Him and Thomas Martinonis playing a huge, huge part for International so far in this game, as they still have that 2-goal lead. Just over 7 minutes to play. Ball into the line is no good, and it is stolen. Dublin City have space on the left-hand side. They've got men waiting for the ball. Eventually finds its way out, and off the post. Rebound taken by Martinonis. Calms things down. There's no rush for International now. Gianni Goretti says exactly that. Tells his men to calm down. And here he is, Goretti plays it out to the left back, runs straight into defender, somehow gets the ball out to the left wing, shot comes in and it's past Andrew Maher. It eventually found its way out to Thomas Bian. Didn't have much of an angle to work with, but he found a way past Andrew Maher. The Dublin City goal. Now it's a 3-goal lead, ball to the right wing, drifts out of play. Nascimento slows things down again. He's in no rush. You can see if this aggressive defending from Dublin City can keep going. You can see they're a tiny bit deflated now as well. Shot comes in from the left back, but it's wide to the left. Way too far out. It rushed as well. Could have taken their time a bit there. Dublin City, space on the left-hand side, out to the wing, shot comes in, and it's near post again, and it's stopped once again. Down the other end, fast break is spun past the keeper by Goran Seychelles, showing a bit of smooth skills there. And there's a timeout called by Dublin City handball. After a 4-goal run for Dublin. Dublin International. How big could that phase of play be? It was just 4.5 minutes ago that Dublin International called a timeout of their own with the scores at 9-all, and since then it's been a 5-1 run for the boys in black. It shows how important timeouts are in this sport. Each team has 3 of them during the game. You can take a maximum of 2 in one half, so both of these sides have 2 timeouts left to take in the second half. Dublin International are well and truly in the driving seat now. 4 goals is not a lot, particularly in this game where we've seen plenty of goals. 24 goals in 24.5 minutes. So the defense is not quite on top. Both sides creating countless opportunities. But Javier Nascimento has been the difference, it has to be said, between the 2 sides. His goalkeeping prowess has been clear for everyone to see so far today, whereas Pierre Larald and Andrew Maher, 2 goalkeepers for Dublin City, not quite found top form yet. Larald was in for the most of this first half, but Maher is now brought in. Andrew Maher, who has been a part of the Irish national team for the last 1.5 to 2 years. He's in between the posts now, and we'll see if he can make a difference as this game progresses. Paredes in at left back now. He's doing a lot more at the centre back position. And he'll be in the centre now as there's an empty switch there. Ball goes out to the left wing. Did they go for the near post? No, not again, but it's saved, easily stopped. Martin Onus plays it out to the left hand side to Thomas B, and he claims it and he shoots and it's saved. Good stop by Andrew Maher. That's big, that's very big for Dublin City. They needed that stop. And Maher was there, stood tall, ball out to the right wing there, and it's saved again. The Nascimento saves again and again and again, and the shot comes in. It's a bit tame one though. Ben Badel couldn't do much with that. Just tapped it into the hands of Maher. Shot comes in from the right back and it squeezes in past the keeper off the right post, and that's good. Much, much better. Carlos Segarra started on the right wing for Dublin City. Martin Onus breaks free, and that's a good save. The referees are happy with the defending as well. There's space on the right-hand side. Goes to the right wing, and it's saved by the Nascimento. Again. You're hearing that name over and over again. He's having a blast between the posts for Dublin International so far today. As I said at the timeout, he's been the difference so far. And he's the one who's helped open up this 3-goal lead and kept it at a 3-goal lead. Dublin City now looking to cut that deficit down. Ball out to the left wing, not much room to play with there. Plays it out. Segarra tries to find the line, gets away with that one as it touches off the foot of the defender. Dublin City get going again. They spread the ball out so nicely early on in this game, but they're giving the ball away now. Goretti with the shot, and he finds the back of the net just in off the left-hand post. Good steal and good fast breaking by Gianni Goretti. And I was just mentioning how earlier on in the game, once they settled down, Dublin City really moved the ball so beautifully from side to side, but when they begin to rush things, they find themselves in trouble, and they gave that ball away just a bit too easily. Ball out to the left wing, recycled. Almost stolen again. The space on the right-hand side eventually finds the wing. The pass wasn't great. They recycle it though, comes off the foot of the defender. Referees let play go on though. Ball out to the left-hand side. Now there's space for the wing to shoot, and he does shoot near post, and this time he finds the back of the net. It was a while coming for Matthias Kramer. He scored one early on, but it took about 3 or 4 shots in a row there. He went for the near post, and it was saved over and over again this time. Stuck to his guns, and he stuck it into the back of the net. Dragan Buzoik, he is fouled. They go again, ball into Martin Onus. He comes storming in, trying to break free from his man marking. Goretti into Martinonis. Martinonis tries to find the line. He doesn't quite find the line. Stolen by Dublin City. There's space out there on the right-hand side for the shot. Comes in and saved again, but the referees give a penalty for inside defending. They'll complain. I think it was Gianni Goretti who was defending inside there. Decided he was going to complain, but gave up. And it's one. Paredes steps up. He takes a shot and it's saved. Again, Javier Nascimento is so far in this game the absolute standout performer. He's made some wonderful saves, the Argentinian. Not the most spectacular stops, but he's just everywhere. He's seeing these shots come in from a mile away. He knows they're coming, and he's more than equal to it. The space in there in the center. The ball goes out to the left-hand side. An attacking foul given against the incoming winger. That was Piotr Milian. He was trying to come in on the line from the left wing. He committed the foul. Bit of a let-off there for Dublin City because there was so much space out there in the centre and in the left-back position. This Dublin City ball as we approach the final minute of this first half in our opening semi-final of the British and Irish League. Shot comes in from the wing, and that's much better handball. Calm things down, and it's working out for them. It's a huge, huge difference between the way these two teams approach their attack and because of the defense basically as well. Dublin International happy, step back in the 6-meter line and they invite them to say, come on, let's see if you can beat us 1 against 1. Whereas Dublin City know they're a bit physically challenged and have to go for this aggressive defense, which has now cost them a 2-minute suspension. It's Paredes. Dragging out of the arm of the international attacker. There's 13 seconds left in this first half. Ball goes out to the wing, they rush the shot, and it's over the top, and the keeper was saying, you've got loads of time to calm it down. And they did, and there's 4 seconds left in this first half. Long range shot comes in and that's saved. Again, a bit unnecessary. They had time to work with there. Rushes of blood to the head for both sides at the end of this first half, and it's been a fantastic first half, it has to be said. This All-Ireland semi-final in the British and Irish Cup. At the break, it's Dublin City Handball 13, Dublin International 15, a 2-goal lead at the break for the men in black. And it could have been a lot more, it has to be said. Both sides have shown how dangerous they are. Both sides also not enjoying the best spells at all times. Their form is going up and down. Both of these sides know each other very well, so neither side is going to dominate for the entire 60 minutes. But the difference so far has been the man between the posts for Dublin International. That's Javier Nascimento. He's made some wonderful saves, and he's kept Dublin International in the lead after 30 minutes of this opening semi-final of the British and Irish Handball League. Dublin International 15, Dublin City Handball 13. We'll be back in about 10 minutes' time with this second half. of this opening semi-final of the British and Irish Handball League. And it's the match between Dublin International and Dublin City Handball. A Dublin derby, an All-Ireland clash, a spot in tomorrow's final at stake here. And after an interesting 30 minutes, it's been fascinating stuff, really fast paced, higher pace than I expected from these two teams as well, really stepping up to the occasion. And it's Dublin International who hold a 2-goal lead after 30 minutes of handball, thanks mostly to Javier De Nascimento and his fantastic saves in the Dublin International goal. He's having a real stormer so far in this game, and there will be an award for the top player of the game and the best player of the match, which I would give my vote to the Argentinian keeper, at least based on these opening 30 minutes. It's a long way to go in this one. A lot can happen. There are plenty of players on both of these sides with the ability to step up and become a hero. And attacking from right to left on your screens in the neon yellow shirts is Dublin City Handball. 2 goals down. They get us going here. You can see an aggressive defense now for the first time from Dublin International, but a goal immediately. And it's good work by Victor Pascual. Dealt with that 5-1 defense. Down the other end, Dublin International with the man up, and that's a nice stop as well. Pierre Laralde. So a great opening to the second half for Dublin City, and the shot comes in by Thomas Martinonis, who settles things down for Dublin International. The incredibly experienced Lithuanian-Irishman regains a 2-goal lead for Dublin International. He steps out now. Got a 5-1 defense from Dublin International. Martinonis goes in, tries to sweep that one away, but he's beaten, and that is kept out. De Nascimento. Ball out to the right wing. 1 against 1, and he takes a shot. Thomas Behan probably should have played it out to the left-hand side. There are 2 men waiting there. Space on the left-hand side, but he plays it nicely behind the back, and the shot through the legs of the keeper. Good handball, and looks like a man got down injured as well. Chabre Romanes took the shot, he scored the goal, and he went down. A bit of an ankle injury, I think. Got up for a second, and looks like he's still going. He's up when he gets a bit of a round of applause from the crowd here. Chabre Romanes cuts the deficit down to 1 once again. So it's 16-15 here. The opening 2 minutes, the second half. It's Dublin International. Almost lost, but Thomas Martinonis cleans it up and he puts it away. Great work from the centre back. He's doing all the damage. The men in black. In fact, that ball was almost lost, but Martinonis came flying in, picked up the loose ball, found a way through and put it past the keeper. It's 17-15 now. Dublin City through the middle, plays it out to the right-hand side. There's space for the shot, saved by De Nascimento. Rebound collected by Dublin City. Ball out to the left-hand side this time, and held up nicely. Gianni Goretti with the defending there, and the ball given to Dublin International. Player stepped out of bounds with the ball in his hands. Silly mistake to make at this level. Ball out to Martinonis. He comes flying in on the left-hand side, plays it out to the right. There's space there for the shot. Shot comes in and is put away. Good play by Thomas Martinonis and Gianni Goretti. Linked up very well there. There's now a 3-goal advantage for the first time in this second half. Dublin City opened the second half the better, but International have regained control, particularly with their good defending here. Ball into the centre, 1 against 1. And the referees give it to Dublin International. Travelling given as he jumped up to take the shot and he landed again, so he took too many steps in the end. Ball for Martinonis now. Thomas Martinonis plays it out to the left-hand side. Shot comes in and that's put away beautifully by Dragos Busovic. Busovic didn't have too much joy in the first half, but once he gets his hands on the ball and he gets a bit of space to run into, there's almost no stopping him. And a good finish there by Dragos. Ball into the line is a good one and stopped. Nascimento. Over and over again, Javier de Nascimento. Right to the right-hand side. There's two lines waiting in there for the ball. One of them gets his hands on it and somehow finds the back of the net and whips it in. A blind shot behind the back. Caught everyone off guard there. And he's got a bit of swagger in his step after that one, and he's every right to as well. Nice finish there in the gap. Cut down to 3. Martinonis playing with himself there. He bounced the ball off the defender and somehow regained it. He'll be trying to do just a bit too much himself now in the backcourt. Martinonis. We've seen that his left and right back, Goretti, Busovic, very capable as well, and Dragos plays it into the line. Nice 1-2 with the line player there, and it's Goran Seychelles. With the finish, a nice 1-2, as I said. Down the other end, and that's a heavy challenge by Martinonis. That'll be a 2-minute suspension, I think. Referees discussing the issue with each other, so it'll either be a 2 minutes or a red card. It is a 2-minute suspension. Thomas Martinonis, he's not complaining about that too much. That's his second one of the game. So a glorious and much needed opportunity now for Dublin City to cut the gap. They're down 20-16 after 5 minutes of the second half. Got a bit of space to work with here. We need to get that international defense moving. We need to open up the space on the wing if possible. The wing goes in as second liner. That wasn't necessary. Now they've got space on the left-hand side. Shot comes in, but the referees give it away, and that's good defending by Dublin International, but superfluous movement there by the Dublin City attack. Bringing in that wing player as a second line is just totally unnecessary. And it came back to haunt them. Giving away that opportunity. Dublin International can now calm things down and try and kill this 2-minute suspension. Seychelles in the centre-back position now with Martinonis out. Goretti tries to find some space, takes a shot. Goretti finds the top left-hand corner, bounces it past the keeper. And he's done that all day today. His shots aren't full of venom, but he places them so well. Ball out to the left now. What can they do this time? Still a man up in attack. Ball out to the left wing. Shot comes in and it's saved easily by De Nascimento. He's just so equal to everything that's coming his way. He gets a high five from coach Nicolas Fredin. He's a former top goalkeeper himself, the Frenchman. Played in Europe with Dublin International. Seychelles takes a shot after taking too many steps. He was looking for the foul. He's complaining with the referees, but play continues. Ball out, or should have gone out to the right-hand side. But Victor Pasquale went alone. In the end, he's fouled, and he's still down. In a bit of trouble there. Looks like he had a bang to the head. As the referees ask for the floor wipers to come in. A bit of sweat to be cleared up. And after almost 38 minutes of this match. It's now a 5-goal lead for Dublin International. And as I said, dealt with that early pressure in the second half from Dublin City very well. Now built up their lead. It was 2 at half time, now up to 5. Dublin City need a goal desperately, and it finally goes in. Big moment for them, and it's Carlos Segarra puts it away. Very important. And now they need to get a couple of stops. They need to stop this Dublin International attack from flowing. Shot comes in from long range, and it's put away by Dragas Busuik. And that is also the end of the 2-minute suspension, so they've dealt with that very well, Dublin International. They've maintained their lead. As we hear the whistle call for a timeout. Dublin City, a good call. They're in a bit of trouble. Need to reset their minds, and I would also call for maybe a goalkeeper switch. Pierre Lerald not having much joy there from long-range shots. Andrew Maher maybe should be given another opportunity in the second half. Just a quick reminder that this is the first of our 2 semi-finals today, and coming up at 6:45 local time, we have the all-English semi-final. That's between Warrington Wolves and London GD, and very similar to these two teams, London GD and Warrington Wolves have been trading league titles over the last 6-7 years. Two of the outstanding sides in England. London GD always there, and they've been European representatives of England for the last 13 years, whereas Warrington Wolves, they're kind of the new kids on the block. They've been around at this level for the last 6 or 7 years, going through a bit of a transitional phase this year. Despite that, their players, their young players, are very good, and I'm excited to see these two sides clash later on. But now we go back. Dublin City on the ball. 5 goals down. And moving again, the ball goes into the line, shot comes in, that's good defending, but the referees have given a penalty. Looked like good defending, but it was inside defending. And they have a better view than I do. So stepping up to the penalty line, Victor Pasquale. He takes a shot and it's saved. Rebound is Pasquale's again, and he finally finds a way past the keeper. Good work from the left-hander. Good perseverance as well. After his first penalty was saved to claim the rebound and eventually get the ball into the back of the net. Shot comes in the near post by Dragas Busuik. Ball into the centre. Dublin City now. Their attack is starting to find a bit of rhythm again. They need to keep scoring and then somehow try and get a stop on this Dublin International attack. Shot comes in and that's nicely blocked by Seychelles. Goran Seychelles pumped up after that one, and it was a good stop. And that's the danger for this Dublin City side. Whenever they shoot from long range, got a serious height disadvantage in comparison to Dublin International, so they're better off trying to work the balls out to the wing or break through, because the long range shots just aren't happening for them. Approach the 10-minute mark here as the shot comes in off the crossbar. Referees are happy with the defending long pass over the top, but it's too high in fact, and it comes off the roof of the court. There's great counter-attacking by the two French wings for Dublin International, BIHL and Bihan. But the pass just had a bit too much mustard on it. Nice work there, ball out to the right wing, there's space for the shot. Shot comes in and it's put away by Carlos Segarra. deficit now down to just 3 goals. 19 minutes left in this semi-final. It's Dublin International 22, Dublin City 19. Ball into the line there, but it's all a bit crowded in the line, and Dublin International and BIHL get us going again. Goretti plays it out to the left. Attacking foul called by the referees. Yes, it is. Good defending there. Much, much better from Dublin City. Important for them now to keep this going and get a real momentum swing. You can feel the game is turning just a bit. They need to keep scoring, and this is a great opportunity, and it's put away. Carlos Segarra, 2 in a row for him. Exactly what I called. They needed a goal there. And the momentum well and truly shifting. Just 2 goals between the sides now. Dublin International on the ball. Thomas Martinonis, 22 to 20 up. Goretti tries to break free, and he's held up before he gets the shot off. It was just a couple of minutes ago where the score was 22-17. Dublin City responding so well, only getting their fluid attacking movement going again. They were running into a bit of trouble before that, but now it's looking a lot better, and that's some good defending as well. The ball goes out for a corner throw. And Dublin International, they feel they need a goal of their own now to calm things down. Ball into the line to Thomas Martinonis, but an attacking foul again. 2 in a row called against Dublin International, and a correct call as well by the referees. Good defending once again by Dublin City. A golden opportunity for them now to cut the gap down to just a single goal. Ball into the centre with the switch from the right back. There's space on the left-hand side, but the referees call too many steps, and that'll be a 2-minute suspension for holding on to the ball, not giving it back. Now is number 21, Juan Paredes. So the whistle was blown. Too many steps of Dublin International, and Paredes held on to it, not giving Dublin International the chance to counter-attack. Again, good call by the referees. They're having a very good game, seeing this game very, very well so far. Martinonis now goes it alone, shoots and scores, and that's a big moment for Dublin International. And it's once again Thomas Martinonis who pops up with it, as he has so often today, stepping up for Dublin International whenever they need it most. Shot comes in, and it's nicely saved. Rebound, saved again by Javier de Nascimento. And just as it seemed like the game was turning, Dublin International step it up once again with the 2 men who have been so crucial for this side today, de Nascimento and Thomas Martinonis at either end of the court, doing a huge, huge job, putting in a massive shift. Dublin International, as their lead is now up to 4 goals again. Ball out to the right wing, shot comes in, and this time it's put away by Carlos Segarra. Having a good game of his own. Martinonis now plays it out to the left wing, good vision there, ball out to the left, and that's put away by Aurelio Aragones. Sorry, that was Benjamin Battle, of course, number 10. The French wing found himself in plenty of space, and Thomas Martinonis had the good awareness to find him. Ball out to the left wing, and that's stolen, almost stolen in fact, but just got away by BIHL. Didn't have the pace to chase that one down, and he comes off for the moment. Pedersen comes on for him. Ball out to the centre. Dublin City running into a bit of trouble here. They need to set up their attack again. 2-minute suspension is over. They're back to full strength. Space in the right wing for the shot, and it's so off the post. Unfortunate for Segarra. Ball way over the top. Not the greatest of passes. And it looked like that went out for a corner throw, and that it was intercepted or tipped out by the Dublin City defender. Ball out to the right wing now, and this time it's put away by Carlos Segarra. Carlos Segarra being the outstanding performer in this second half for Dublin City, putting away the vast majority of his chances from the right wing, also being involved in the backcourt as well. He's a big guy for a wing. That shows that he's also in the centre of this Dublin City defence. Garati plays it out to the right wing. That was a good pass and a good finish as well. Thomas Behan did well on the right wing as a right-hander. Found the space, opened up the angle as much as possible. And he's now given Dublin International a 26-22 lead here. Just a free throw given to Dublin City, who just minutes ago had a chance to cut the gap down to a goal. They now find themselves 4 down again. The pace of this match just showing how quickly things can change. Shot comes in, saved, rebound, kept in nicely there by Segara. So Dublin City still on the ball, pushing down that centre then, and just no luck against that centre block. Zagia not deterred by the height disadvantage of being beaten up a bit in the centre there, and Thomas Martinona steals that one. The referees are happy with it. Fast break chance now, and it's nicely put away by Gianni Goretti. Wasn't messing around with a jump shot there. Found his corner and just slipped it in, and that is the end of the game for Pierre Laralde. The Dublin City keeper is being brought off, and Andrew Maher comes in for his second spell of the match. 5-goal deficit now, and Maher will need to come up with some huge saves to give Dublin City a chance in this one. They need to continue to score as well. Shot in from the right wing, and it's Carlos Segara. Once again, just keep giving that man the ball. Second half every time. Working opportunities for himself. The defense from Dublin International maybe has to focus a bit more on that right side of the Dublin City attack, because every single time the ball is going out there, there's a goal scoring opportunity. Garati tries to find the wing. He does find the wing. Nice handball by Dublin International, and it was Benjamin Badel who just snuck in there from the left wing. He's found by the nice pass by Garati, who's really coming into his own in the second half as well. Doing well in the playmaker position when Martinonis goes in as a second line. Nice attack there, and a brilliant stop again by De Nascimento. Felt I haven't said his name quite as often in this second half, but he's still popping up with the big saves. And this game beginning to get away from Dublin City. 5 goals down, just over 10 minutes left in this game. Time is running out for them as we see Badel rolling in. Looks like he was tripped accidentally as he came in, tried to come in as a second line player, just like he did before. Instead of scoring a goal, he ends up on the ground. But he's all right, he's up again. I've mentioned it before, and I'm impressed with the speed both of these teams have brought into the game. Dublin City, I expected a pacey attack. Not the biggest guys, but they move the ball very well. A lot of Spanish and French influence in this side. Dublin International as well, they realise that that's what they need in attack. And that's what they've been delivering. Ball out to Goretti. Goretti finds a space and he tries to spin it past Maher, who stops it. Rebound taken. No good. Goes wide to the left. And Dublin City now. They break away in this space on the right-hand side. They have to play it out there. They do play it out there, and it's all off the top of the crossbar. And down the far end. Looks like one of the Dublin International players took a heavy fall. But he's all right. He's up. And it is Gianni Goretti who tried to break free in the right-hand side. Goretti having a very good game. Him and Thomas Martinonis injecting a lot of pace into this Dublin International attack. And here he is on the ball. Goretti in the centre. It's like Tries to find the line, but it's intercepted. Maher with the ball. Counter break opportunity now if they can move it. He doesn't move it. He tries to go alone. And the referee asked to stop the play. Now the ball has gone out of play, so they will call a timeout. And it looks like just a cramp for Carlos Soria. And he shouldn't be asking for the referees to stop play when he's just gone down for cramp, if that is indeed what it is. How convenient that he went down after giving the ball away like that. He had just looked up and seen there were two men on his left-hand side waiting for it. Would have been an important goal for Dublin City to cut the deficit down to 4. As it stands, they're down by 5. It's Dublin International 28, Dublin City 23. And Carlos Soria is up and he's fine, as you'd expect. Perhaps just a bit of cramp, but he's moving fine now. And he'll take a break as Antonio Vasquez, the big backcourt and line player, comes in the center of defense. I'm surprised I haven't seen him play too much in attack. Very imposing figure, and that's kind of what Dublin City need to counteract the Dublin International side, at least on the line, and that's exactly where he's going. He's going in as a line player now. He'll give the centre block of Thomas Martinonis and Christian Pedersen something to think about, that's for sure. Oh, and that's nicely worked through, and that's much, much better. Mark Zaguer. Running into a lot of trouble so far today in that centre-back position, but he's kept going, he's persevered. This time he broke through, and he's made it a 4-goal game. Just under 10 minutes left of this opening semi-final of the British and Irish Handball League. Seychelles with the long-range shot. It's wide to the left, a bit rushed. That's exactly what Dublin International don't need at the moment. Dublin City now breaking down the other end. Plenty of options. Zaguer plays it out to the left-hand side, and that's good handball by Dublin City. Much, much better. As Juan Paredes, who had a big impact early on in this game, he puts that one away, and that has forced a timeout to be called by Dublin International coach Nicolas Fredan. Just a 3-goal game now. It's 28-25 to Dublin International. Maybe feeling the danger a bit, wants to calm things down. Give Dublin International a chance to reset and refocus for these final 9 minutes of the game. At stake, of course, a place in the final tomorrow afternoon against either Warrington Wolves or London GD. That semi-final will take place after this at 6:45 local time. And of course, that will be live on the BBC Sport website. Just like all the games this weekend, we also have the finals day tomorrow with the bronze medal match taking place at 3, and then the gold medal match at 5:45. Both of those games on the BBC Sport website. And of course, while you're with us, why not check out BritishAndIrishHandball.com, the official website for this event, where you can buy tickets for the games tomorrow if you fancy or if you're in town. And if you're not, you can also buy raffle tickets as well to help support this event in its first year, and there's some fantastic prizes on offer as well, so well worth checking out. Yeah, Dublin International in the attack, and their first attack since that timeout. And it's Dragas Pusoy puts it away down the other end. Dublin City pushed the tempo. Juan Paredes, no luck for him there, but they go again. Ball still in Dublin City's possession. They start to move it. There's plenty of space there on the left-hand side if they can move it, but they decide to bounce instead. Just a bit too slow. The decision-making not quite there. That's better. That's out to the left wing. Shot comes in and save. But Nascimento over and over again in this game. For me, the player of the match, Javier Nascimento. 25th save of the game, according to our hall announcer, which is just incredible. Incredible performance from the keeper, and he has been the difference, as you see a heavy challenge come in there by Antonio Vasquez, who earns himself a 2-minute suspension for that. It was a heavy challenge, but also Goretti went down fairly heavily himself.
Antonio Vasquez.
The referees are happy to give Vasquez a 2-minute suspension. And a chance now for Dublin International. They're going to be a man up for the next 2 minutes to extend that lead again. They're looking good for a place in tomorrow's final, and you wouldn't begrudge them it. They have been the better side overall today. Dublin City not too far behind, but just a few key players like Goretti and Thomas Martinonis on the ball, as well as the goalkeeper on Martinonis with a beautiful ball into the line. And it's Goran Sheshel puts it away. Once he gets these chances right in front of goal, he doesn't miss them. He's very, very accurate. He's been fed some excellent passes so far today by Martinonis. Ball out to the right-hand side, cuts back in, tries to spin. He does spin past the defender, but a good save again. And it'll be Inasa Miento. Claims the ball, and he has asked for time to stop. It looks like he saved that last shot with his face. He needs a moment to gather himself, and he gets a big hug there by Thomas Martinonis. The two men who've been outstanding for Dublin International today, hugging. And down below I can see Nicolas Fredan ringing changes now. Nice lob over the head of the keeper by Sheshel, who's just showing off now. He scored some excellent goals today. A spin shot in the first half. He's also scored from the backcourt in that one there. Bit of magic involved by the big Croatian. Space on the left-hand side if they can move it. It cuts back inside though. Shot from long range, and this time it goes in. And it's been a long time coming. There's Juan Paredes. They just haven't had enough luck from the backcourt today, Dublin City. Showing they're very capable of it there. But is it too little too late? It's a 5-goal deficit now. That's going to be an attacking foul. No referees are happy with it. It's stolen anyway. Chance for Dublin City on the break now. Paredes, he's got free, he drops it over the keeper's head, and it's 2 in a row for him. Ron Paredes. It's a 4-goal game. I just said, is it too little too late? But at the rate these sides are scoring goals and also giving the ball away. Oh, that's a good stop by Andrew Maher. He's equal to the shot by Sheshel. Big moment for Andrew Maher, the Irish goalkeeper, and for Dublin City. They needed that one, and that will be a penalty, I think. No, just a free throw. Referees are happy with that defending. Here we go again. Through the centre, shot comes in, stop, but the free given once again. Trying to force the issue here a bit. They've got time to work with. They need to move the ball around. Shot comes in on the right wing. It's saved. Rebound. Not taken. Dublin International ball out to the right wing, and that's out of play though. Goretti not really looking at where he was passing that one. What can Dublin City do here to close the gap? Nice ball inside. Attacker foul given by the referees. That was a close call, it has to be said. Difficult to know which way to call those ones. The referees are happy. The defender was in his spot and was doing nothing illegal. And it's still a 4-goal game, 31-27 to Dublin International. 5 minutes left to play here. Ball out to the right wing. Shot comes in and it's through the legs of the keeper. Nice finish from the right-hander, Thomas Bihan. Side, they recycle it into the centre, but it's all a bit crowded in the middle there. 2-minute suspension given to Christian Pedersen for the illegal challenge on Carlos Segarra. There's a 5-goal game here, 4.5 minutes left, but for the next 2 minutes, Dublin City, 1 man up. What can they do with it? They need to move that ball out to the wing if possible, but this time the shot comes right down the middle. Mark Segarra decides to make the most of his space there. 4-goal game again. And very aggressive defending by Segarra now as he looks for the steal. Can't afford to give away any silly fouls now. It's all about the strong defending if possible, and that's almost stolen. Segarra also up in his man, so a couple of backcourt players being man-marked. Ball finds its way to Thomas Grassel, but the shot isn't a good one. Fast break chance, and that's a nice pass out to the left wing, and it's put away. 3-goal game here. Matthias Kramer hasn't seen too much action in this second half, but once he was given the opportunity there, the left wing put it away, and we can see what Dublin International are made of. Can they deal with the stress of this situation? Well, Thomas Martinonis can, that's for sure. Just needs to get his hands on the ball. Here he is, Martinonis. He plays it into the centre. Not much room for the shot there, and it's blocked, and a fast break chance on the left-hand side. If they can move it, they do move it out to the left-hand side again. Matthias Kramer, and he puts it away. And it's a 2-goal game now. This is a great response, and a timeout is called by Dublin International coach Nicola Fredan, and we are getting a grandstand finish here in our first semi-final of the British and Irish Handball League. Just 3 minutes left to play, and it's Dublin International 32, Dublin City 30. And there was me just a few minutes ago wondering whether it was too little too late for Dublin City, but they have found a way to put pressure on this Dublin International team. They found a way to get a couple of blocks, also a nice save or two from Andrew Maher in the Dublin City goal, and all of a sudden they're back within 2. Nicola Fredan is earning his money now as Dublin International coach, as he tries to settle his squad, give them a couple of set plays to work with, and get another goal or two. I think 2 goals in these final 3 minutes should do it for Dublin International, but they've got to find a way through. They've struggled to do that for the last couple of minutes. It didn't seem that long ago that Goran Seychelles was scoring wonder goals for fun. He hasn't seen any of the ball since then. Goretti now. So Thomas Martinonis back to Goretti. Badel now in this backcourt. He's played mostly as a wing in this game, but also very capable in the centre-back position. Very handy on the ball, and that's tried to find the line there, and it's a fast break for Dublin City, and Dublin City cut the gap to 1 goal. And we've got a long way left in this one. 2.5 minutes left to play. And from 32, 27 down, the score is now 32-31. Gianni Goretti plays it out to the left, and that's a nice pass and a nice finish, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered for Benjamin Badal. Badal and DI open the gap to 2 once again. And with the hyper-aggressive Dublin City defense, there are always going to be gaps if they work the ball well, and that's good defending by Thomas Martinonis. He drew in the attacker foul. You can see all of the years of experience from Martinonis there. He's been in the wars today, but he's kept going. He hasn't stopped. The only time he hasn't been on the court is when he's been off for 2-minute suspensions. Shot comes in, and that's put away by Gianni Goretti, and this timeout proved to be brilliant for Dublin International. Shot comes in and finds its way in by Carlos Segarra. Segarra has been brilliant all day, or all throughout the second half at least.
for Dublin City, but that goal cuts the gap down to 2. Martin Onis looking for someone to help him. He's got players to work with. Just need to kill some time here. Ball into the line, dropped over the head of the keeper, and oh, so smooth by BIHL. Shot comes in, and that save almost kept him, well, it is kept in play in fact, but it goes into the hands of Benjamin Badel and Javier de Nascimento with another save. They haven't been quite as frequent as the first half, but he still made some great saves in vital moments. Ball into the line there is no good, but it comes off the foot of a Dublin City player. With just over 20 seconds left here, it looks like it's going to be Dublin International going into tomorrow's final. Just killing time here. Another free throw, but it's too little too late, whatever happens. For Dublin City, ball out to the right wing. And Thomas Behan somehow wiggles his way through and gets the shot off. Segura with the final shot of the game. He finds the back of the net. And that is that. And at the end of a pulsating 60 minutes of handball, our very first game at the British and Irish League. And the All-Ireland clash, the Dublin Derby between Dublin International and Dublin City handball has ended in a victory for the Men in Black. A well-deserved 36-32 win. And as the sides trade pleasantries, I'm just going to mention that there will be a Man of the Match award as well. And if I were a betting man, I think I would say Javier de Nascimento is a likely winner of that. Thomas Martinonis also had a fantastic game. Gianni Goretti, brilliant as well. Goretti and Martinonis, the two outstanding players on the court and in the attack for Dublin International. But between the posts, Javier de Nascimento, 28 saves. Javier de Nascimento earns himself the Player of the Match award. Very well deserved. As I said, I would have given it that myself. It wasn't up to me, but the organisers agree. He picks up the Man of the Match award, and Dublin International go in to tomorrow's final after a 36-32 victory over Dublin City handball. A fantastic start to this weekend, and I'm sure it will get only better. In about 1 hour and 15 minutes time, we will be back with the second semi-final, and it's an all-English affair between London GD and Warrington Wolves, so I hope you'll join me for coverage of that, as I said, just before 6:45. And at stake, a date in the final against Dublin International, so I hope you'll join me, as I said, in just over an hour's time.